Well, hello everybody and welcome to another devlog video. So mainly a follow-up on the big logic update with, as expected, a lot of fix. Yeah, unfortunately, but also quite a few things that I didn't have the time to add back. So typically the link from the display to the system like that. Also working with the holo display. So this is to get the holo map, but you can link it also obviously to the identity unit. Yeah, to see your ship like that. So that's really the yeah, the ID. So this has been added back, and let me show you also a nice cool new thing. I will come back to that animated brick, but yeah, right now I want to show you the new query block. So that's this has been requested, and yeah, I think it was a really a good idea, and this is really the kind of thing that is possible thanks to the new system. So this system, so you will link actually a system to it, so it needs a system as an input. Then you can, for example, we are gonna activate that holo display, and then now if you configure, you can input a threshold value and a condition, so superior or inferior, so that that brick will activate when this system is below or above a given threshold. So we put 0.3 inferior, and so if we activate the system right now, so as you can see, it went. So let me show you. So it is at 0 degrees, so the condition is not met, so that system is not activated. But as soon as it gets over the threshold of 0.3, like that, this system activates. So it's really a cool new thing to trigger a lot of very interesting mechanism inside your ship, and yeah, and this is really possible thanks to the new update. And yeah, so I think a lot of people were a bit let down with the fact that I gave up on fuzzy logic, sorry. And but really, I think people were expecting to have that, but in an analog way. So with system continuously inputting value like sensor and so on. But really, it was not made for that. It was, I don't think it was really able to support the load of having to execute a complex trigger every frame and so on. So with the new binary logic, this is much more natural. And so yeah, I am able to give that to you guys. But yeah, so sometimes to really move forward, you have to remove stuff, even if some people are not really happy with that. I'm sure that at the end, the new system is going to be much more simpler, and I'm sure that you guys will do many amazing stuff with it. So yeah, so let's move on. Let me look at my list. Yeah, sorry. So also the slider, so I didn't have time to make it work again, but it finally added back. And also I really spent time to really optimize it a lot. So before it was not really optimum at all. So we had a lot of separate game object for the collision, or for the little slider, or for the value, the glowing value, as you can see here. But right now it's completely built in, so it's really basically free on the engine, and that's really a cool thing, because yeah, so optimization on the game engine is something very important. So there you have it, the new yeah, slider. And yeah, and also, so I was showing you that new cool animated screen. So that just a blog just to show off a little bit, but really what I'm doing right now is that I'm experimenting a bit on the texture and the way the shader works and so on, as I plan to do a complete overhaul of the codecs and so on. So I'm yeah, really spending a bit of time to experiment on what is possible to do with the graphic engine and so on. And yeah, and I think it's pretty cool. So it really fits the vision I had for the sci-fi look and so on. So it's just a block. You can toggle it to change the animation. But yeah, really in the future you will be able to for example link screen to it to display the you know the animation on other screen, for example, that kind of stuff. So it will be cool. Also, as you maybe have noticed, I've redone the HUD display so to activate. So it might be a bit strong, so I might tone it down, but I think it's gonna be a bit more legible, especially for seat. So I've improved the way we can activate seat. So yeah, so that's one of the thing I've done. And finally, so actually quite a long list, but I've gotten rid of the temporal anti-aliasing that I did a few weeks back because it was causing too much issue, and it was maybe requiring too much work on my side to make it work, and there was a lot of jittering and so on. So I've opted for another anti-aliasing technique, which is actually looking quite good up front. So the result is quite similar. It's maybe a bit less performant for a faraway object with lots of brick, for example, but yeah, I think it's gonna be much easier for me to ship it in the final version. So this is it, guys. Don't forget to really migrate your system to the new Logic, because I will unplug it in the maybe the next build, so or maybe toward the end of the month. And also I might do the next video in quite some time, because I will spend quite a few days experimenting a little bit and working on yeah, on top secret stuff. So yeah, I won't be able to show you stuff for quite a while, but yeah, really it's quite important to experiment a bit. So expect maybe the next video toward the end of the month. So that's it, guys. See you in the next one.